Ever wondered how the richest UFC fighters spend their fortunes?
You know what? I'm gonna give a good crack at this farming thing now that I got some money.
Conor McGregor shows it off with yachts, watches, and whiskey worth hundreds of millions. Khabib Nurmagomedov, meanwhile, keeps it humble, choosing family and faith over fame.
Got a highest paid boxing debut and now highest paid acting debut.
Oh, there you go, my man. And the highest paid UFC fighter all time. Keep those highest pays coming, man. The Lord knows I work for it. But damn sure.
I know that sometimes they talk about actors as method acting and stuff, but yeah, I feel like you might have method acted.
In this video, we're looking at how the UFC's wealthiest stars spend their millions outside the cage. Conor McGregor. Let's start at the very top with none other than Conor McGregor, whose estimated net worth stands at a staggering $200 million, making him not just the richest UFC fighter of all time, but one of the wealthiest athletes in any combat sport globally.
Dana, 60 G's, baby!
When in Rome. When in New York. What else am I supposed to do with all this money? Training and shopping. I have an unhealthy obsession with spending money, but I have a healthy obsession with making it, so it's all good.
When you get your money, spend every penny out, blow it all, until you're actually broke come the next fight. So you're just as hungry as you were before the first one. So I'm in the process of blowing every penny of that. Every penny of it.
Notorious One didn't just make his fortune from devastating left hands and trash talk that sold pay-per-views, though those certainly helped. The real game changer came in 2021 when McGregor sold his majority stake in Proper No. 12 whiskey for a reported $600 million, personally netting approximately $200 million before taxes. That single business move transformed him from a successful fighter into a legitimate business mogul.
In February of 2013, we spoke for the first time. You didn't have a car, you didn't have a pot to piss in, all you had were blueberries. Now here you are with the undisputed gold. Enjoy it, my friend. You deserve it.
McGregor's spending philosophy is as bold as his fighting style. He's famously unapologetic about his extravagant lifestyle, which includes an extensive real estate portfolio featuring the Mac Mansion in Dublin, purchased in 2019 for approximately $2.5 million. Complete with a private gym, swimming pool, spa, and entertainment arena. He also owns a luxurious villa in Marbella, Spain, located near Cristiano Ronaldo's property, featuring a customized gym, outdoor pool, home spa, LED-lit driveway, wine cellar, and scenic Mediterranean views. And let's not forget his 12,000 square foot mansion in Las Vegas, previously listed for $2.99 million, complete with an infinity pool, marble jacuzzi, garden golf course, and game room. When it comes to vehicles, McGregor's collection reads like a supercar enthusiast's fever dream. His garage, valued at approximately $3.2 million, includes a Rolls-Royce Phantom drophead coupe valued at over $500,000, a Lamborghini Aventador Roadster retailing for approximately $450,000, and multiple other luxury vehicles that he regularly showcases on social media. But perhaps his most extravagant purchase is his Lamborghini Technomar 63 yacht, known as the supercar of the sea, purchased for approximately $3.6 million. McGregor also owns a private jet, the Embraer Lineage 1000, equipped with a plush lounge, full bedroom, and luxurious amenities. McGregor is also a serious watch collector with a collection valued at over $3 million, including rare timepieces like the rose gold Patek Philippe Nautilus 5980/1 R01 and the Jacob & Company Astronomia Tourbillon Baguette, which cost over $1 million.
For fame, I think fame may be more dangerous. For me, it's easy to deal with money than fame. But with fame, it's very hard. It's more hard for me. It's difficult. With money, okay, I can.
But it's not all about material possessions. McGregor has also shown generosity, notably funding 8 homes for homeless families in Dublin in 2019, despite recent legal challenges, including a civil case ruling that cost him endorsement deals with companies like Proximo Spirits. The Notorious One continues to live up to his name with one of the most extravagant lifestyles in combat sports history. Khabib Nurmagomedov. In stark contrast to McGregor's flash and flamboyance stands Khabib Nurmagomedov, with an estimated net worth of $40 million, but a lifestyle that embodies humility, discipline, and faith above all else. The undefeated Eagle, who retired with a perfect 29-0 record, has become almost as famous for what he doesn't spend his money on as what he does.
This huge megastar in the Muslim world. So after he beat Conor McGregor, he went on like this tour of all the Muslim countries. He's going into Turkey, he's going into Saudi Arabia, he's going to Abu Dhabi, he's going over to Dubai, and they're raining on him. He didn't even make it back to his dressing room after the fight, and Putin was on the phone. And Putin gave him and his father like $20 million worth of property in Russia. Then he went into, the Muslim territories where these guys are just cars, money, gyms, whatever.
His residence remains a modest multi-generational home in Makhachkala, Dagestan, often described as unassuming with basic amenities like small rooms, an old refrigerator, and mountain views. There are no reports of mega-mansions abroad or luxury villas overlooking exotic coastlines. Instead, Khabib has invested in real estate in Turkey, including the Alpha House residence and Halal complex, properties that align with his Islamic faith and values. His car collection, valued at around $800,000 to $900,000, is practical and mid to high-end rather than ostentatious. It includes a Toyota Land Cruiser J200, a Ferrari California T, approximate $300,000, a Mercedes AMG GTS, gifted, approximate $161,000, and a BMW 7 Series, worth approximate $11,000. No Lamborghini, yachts, no private jets. In fact, Khabib flies commercial.
Money. Now let's talk about how I spend it. The first thing I did is to clear all my parents' debt, because my parents are the ones that support me since the beginning, They took care of me as a baby, so that was the first thing I did. And when my mom...
Where Khabib does invest heavily is in business ventures that create lasting impact. He acquired and rebranded Guerrilla Fighting Championship into Eagle Fighting Championship with approximately a $1 million investment, expanding it internationally. He also announced a joint venture for tokenized sports assets, including plans for 30 Khabib gyms. He's also launched brands like FitRoo by Khabib Protein Bars and pH Top by Khabib Water. Perhaps most impressively, Khabib is deeply committed to philanthropy. He has raised over $100,000 multiple times for Dustin Poirier's Good Fight Foundation, selling fight shirts and kits to support causes like African water wells and aid for the homeless. This is a man who could afford any luxury imaginable but chooses instead to live simply, invest wisely, and give generously. Khabib Nurmagomedov proves that true wealth isn't measured by what you own, but by the legacy you leave and the lives you touch.
Georges St-Pierre.
Georges St-Pierre, or GSP as he's affectionately known, has built an estimated net worth of $20 million through a legendary career that saw him dominate the welterweight division with a 26-2 record in titles in 2 weight classes. But what truly sets GSP apart isn't just his accomplishments in the octagon. It's his remarkably prudent approach to wealth management that stems from his humble beginnings in Saint-Isidore, Quebec.
Money foolishly, I don't think. Making land investments with my money and hedging my stocks and bonds and buying land and farming. So I grew up as a farm kid, dirt poor. You know what? I'm gonna give a good crack at this farming thing now that I got some money.
GSP's approach to spending his first $1 million is a masterclass in financial responsibility. He paid off his parents' debts, approximately $50,000, bought them 2 modest Japanese cars, around $40,000 total, purchased himself a practical Nissan Xterra SUV for $20,000, helped his sister pursue her master's degree, $10,000, and bought a condo for himself, $500,000, plus $100,000 in renovations. But perhaps most tellingly, he spent $200,000 traveling the world to train, going to Thailand for Muay Thai, Brazil for Jiu-Jitsu, New York for more Jiu-Jitsu, Los Angeles to work with legendary boxing coach Freddie Roach, and France for striking skills. This investment in himself, rather than in flashy possessions, is what allowed GSP to maintain his championship status for years. Today, GSP's primary residence is reportedly a $4 million house in the Montreal area, comfortable but not ostentatious. His car collection is equally modest, with his most notable vehicle being a Range Rover valued at approximately $100,000 to $150,000. He owns a stainless steel Rolex Daytona, approximately $15,000 to $20,000, and has collaborated on a limited edition Nagard watch. GSP has diversified into business ventures including Warrior Supplements, Base Blocks home fitness equipment, and the still-standing Strong clothing line, with proceeds supporting anti-bullying initiatives. He's also ventured into acting with roles in Marvel films. But his greatest passion project remains the Georges St-Pierre Foundation, which combats bullying and promotes youth sports and physical activity in schools, with GSP donating 100% of the foundation's funds to these causes. Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar, the Beast Incarnate, has amassed an estimated net worth of $20 million through a career that has seen him dominate not just the UFC, where he was heavyweight champion, but also WWE, where he's captured multiple world championships. His WWE contracts have historically been reported at $5 to $12 million annually, including bonuses and merchandise royalties, while his UFC earnings totaled around $5.8 million across his career, with peaks like $2.5 million for UFC 200. What makes Lesnar fascinating is how completely his lifestyle contradicts the typical celebrity playbook. This is a man who could afford to live anywhere, yet chooses to reside on a sprawling rural property in Merrifield, Saskatchewan, Canada, near the Manitoba border. Purchased around 2013 to 2014 for approximately $2.1 million. The property includes hundreds of acres for farming, hunting, and complete seclusion. Exactly what Lesnar wants. Locals describe him as blending in perfectly, wearing bush coats at bars and helping with harvest, even donating gym equipment to the community.
I was the only UFC fighter in UFC history to fight for free. And I did it because I wanted to see how good I could truly be. Got a job at Spanky's adult novelty store. I sold smut during the night and trained during the day. I got my first fight back, stopped him. Guy Metzger stopped him, and then I fought Frank Shermark for the world title. Lost to him in 1999. He retired, and then I fought Vanderlei Silva for the vacant world title in 2000. And I became the world champ 5 consecutive world titles.
Before moving to Canada, Lesnar owned a 43-acre estate in Minnesota, which he sold in 2014 for $750,000. That property featured a 3,247 square foot home with 4 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms, woods, a pond, a heated barn, and offices, but it wasn't remote enough for Lesnar's taste. He wanted true isolation, and Canada provided exactly that. His car collection, valued at approximately $295,000, is perfectly suited to his rural lifestyle. It includes a heavily modified 1978 Dodge Power Wagon worth approximate $26,000 with a Cummins engine and lifted suspension, a customized Jeep Wrangler with off-road tires and lifted suspension, a Ram 1500 TRX with a 702 horsepower supercharged V8, a Cadillac Escalade worth approximate $88,000, and a Chevrolet Suburban Premier approximate $62,000. These aren't vehicles for showing off. They're practical machines built to handle rough terrain and harsh Canadian winters. One of the most interesting aspects of Lesnar's spending is his relationship with travel. Sources indicate that Lesnar reportedly owned a private plane and hired a pilot who lived in his basement, funded or facilitated by WWE during his part-time deals, because he absolutely hates commercial flying and airports. Whether he still owns it is unclear, but it demonstrates how Lesnar spends money to eliminate the aspects of celebrity life he despises rather than to show off wealth. Tito Ortiz. Tito Ortiz, the Huntington Beach bad boy and UFC Hall of Famer, has accumulated an estimated net worth of $20 million through a legendary career that included the UFC Light Heavyweight Championship and career earnings exceeding $10 million from fight purses alone. His peak payday came in 2006 when he earned $3.2 million for his rematch with Chuck Liddell.
How this pay-per-view does, I don't care how much money I make, I don't care about interviews, and I don't care how I look. All I care about is winning my belt back on Friday night.
Ortiz's real estate journey tells the story of a man who evolved from California extravagance to Florida privacy. His former Huntington Beach waterfront mansion on Davenport Island, purchased in 2008 for $3.25 million, was a Tuscan-style showpiece spanning 3,870 square feet with 4 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms, a 50-foot private boat dock for his yacht, custom barbecue area, and stunning harbor views. The property was listed at $6 million in 2021 amid political backlash following his controversial stint as Huntington Beach's mayor pro tem. reduced to $4.8 million in 2022, and ultimately sold for $4 million in November 2022, netting him a profit of approximately $750,000. He cited California politics and high taxes as reasons for relocating to Florida, where rumors suggest he purchased an $8 million luxury mansion with 6 bedrooms in the Cape Coral area, though this remains unconfirmed. Ortiz's car collection, valued at approximately $434,000, reflects his taste for luxury and status. It includes a Rolls-Royce Phantom, his priciest and most ostentatious vehicle, a Cadillac Escalade ESV, a spacious family SUV, and past mentions of a Porsche Panamera and a Lincoln Stretch limousine. On the water, Ortiz enjoyed a 38-foot fountain powerboat with triple 275 horsepower engines for tuna and sea bass fishing off Catalina, which he kept at his Huntington Beach Homes dock. He's also collaborated with Rockwell Time on special edition Tito Ortiz watches. Post-fighting, Ortiz has focused on business ventures, including his Punishment Athletics MMA gear and clothing line, the former Punishment Training Center gym in Huntington Beach, Tito's Cantina Tequila Bar and Grill, which opened in 2023 in Cape Coral, Florida, and TA Auto Group, an auto remarketing and auction business. All right, everyone, stay tuned for the latest in boxing news, highlights, events, and stories. Subscribe to Knockout today and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Be sure to watch our other videos too. Until next time, take care and stay safe.